Folks that are looking for a price point coach, tag axle diesel pusher with a 15,000 pound towing capacity and only 13,000 miles and under $250,000.
Yes, and sleeping space everywhere. It is a great family unit, and it's as close as you're going to get to buying a brand new one. Like you said, $242,500. It is an incredible deal.
Yeah, this is a 2022 Thor Venetian 42F with the Cummins 400, and it's got a beautiful paint job with the silver blue exterior, and you're getting a late model tag axle coach with low miles. This is probably one of the best price points for this level of coach.
It really is, and capable. Like you said, 15,000 pound towing capacity in this segment for the money and the newness of it is incredible.
Yes, sir, and the cost of the Freightliner chassis alone has a significant cost, so an incredible value here. And I want to point out right away, this has a wide stairwell here that's a little bit wider than some of the other stairwells, going to make it a little bit easier to get in and out of the coach. This has a really nice feel in it. You've got the overhead bunk above the cab, beautiful interior design, but what all's going on in here?
I love the neutral color palette. The grays are really in and really sought after. Tons of seating space, but you don't give up your recliners. Your theater seats and the televator across from it is just top notch. That's what everyone's looking for. I hear people all the time asking for booths, and a booth that even breaks down into sleeping. That is kind of a thing for a diesel pusher that is not real common. So we have sleeping here, we have sleeping here and above. You can probably put more people in here than you want in here.
Yes, sir. Well, and it's a real versatile floor plan, because I could see this being utilized as a couples coach as well.
Yes.
You know, with the theater seats over there and then the TV on a televator. And I really like that there's no overhead cabinets in front of your large window here. So that's usually going to be your view on your patio side. And then also too, you know, the booth has a view out of your patio side. And typically, you know, your 50 amp hookups, your sewer hookups are going to be back on this side of the coach. So usually your view isn't as nice on the driver's side of the coach. We don't have as many windows over here, but just a really nice flow. And then, man, that cockpit up there is looking like a spaceship.
It is incredible. Of course, we're on the newer Freightliner chassis with the large screen that gives you tons of information.
Yeah, and this steering wheel, you know, Freightliner is all under that Daimler, you know, which is Mercedes-Benz, you know, Daimler Chrysler. So it's got that same DNA. So if you've driven a Jeep or a Mercedes or any of that product, Dodge, Sprinter vans, the steering wheel controls are going to be very familiar. And then that's like a Tesla size screen right there. Very clear. We're going to have the different cameras around the coach. You can see it's very responsive.
That is a Garmin screen, so it's a very high-end feature for this price point. I mean, $242,500 is incredible.
Yes, sir, and I want to point out that there's plenty of headroom. Even with the overhead bunk here, I can still stand up comfortably. I'd say that's probably about a 6'4" height clearance there. And then you do have a smaller Samsung TV up front here.
It is a couples coach that, or can be used as a couples coach, but it can also be used for a grandparents coach that don't want the bunk feel and don't want the wasted space in the midship area. So this really does make it very versatile.
Yeah, we've got a huge galley here, and I like the way that this extension comes out and divides the kitchen area from the salon area. And that backsplash, the countertops, just the color palettes they use, their design team is really firing on all cylinders.
Yes, I love these cabinets. It's a very clean look. You don't give up the dishwasher. I really like that. And I know you've seen so many manufacturers do this. This is sturdy. It is on the floor. It's not bending down and feeling flimsy.
We just had a little discussion off camera that I want to fill in, you know, with the folks. So we're talking about, you know, when you open and close these cabinets, and there's different levels of production motorhomes, and Thor is going to be more of an entry-level, price-conscious motorhome. But you know, a lot of the folks out there are like big in Newmar, big in Tiffin, and we're talking about, okay, if you put like a Prevost and a Newell, call that a 10. That's going to be at the top. And then you get to like your 4Travel product and Newmar product, you might put 4Travel at like a 7, and maybe Newmar at a 6.5, 7. And then, you know, I think some of the you know, Newmar owners act like the Thor is a lot less than, but I'd put a Thor right at like maybe a 6, or right, you know, just a scotch below. This is definitely, the difference between this coach and a Newmar is nowhere near the difference between like a Newmar and a Prevost. There's a huge jump. this is not a huge difference in quality. The Newmars are going to be a little bit tighter. Ford Travels are going to be a little bit tighter, but I think this is right on par with the Tiffin. I don't think that the Tiffin motorhome build quality in this vintage of 2022 is really, it's the same parent company. I mean, I think they're neck and neck as far as build quality. Would you agree?
Watch out, you're going to have Tiffin owners hate you, but yes, I would agree with that. And, you know, it's shocking to say to me that a Thor is on par, but yeah, they are really knocking it out of the park.
And I had an '08 Tiffin Phaeton. That was my first diesel pusher motorhome, and that was a little bit different level of build quality back then. You know, times change. And right now, I think this Thor is right up there with Tiffin or even an Integra. I think Newmar's a skosh above, in my opinion, just like Ford Travel, but these are all pretty neck and neck.
Absolutely.
And I would probably be more concerned about how the coach was cared for, the quality, the smells, the condition. Did they have pets? Were they smokers? Were they really rough on the coach? Was the coach a rental unit that got kind of throttled out? And this coach feels like new. And then with those 13,000 shakeout miles, and then your service facility here in Nacogdoches, Texas, that can really tighten up a coach, this is probably nicer than some of the brand new coaches like this out there.
Yeah, I completely agree. You know, there's definitely a shakedown period where you're going to run into some quality control issues across all brands and manufacturers. But this one in particular has had all those shakedown items addressed. And so it's like owning a new one that is actually feels new.
Yeah, absolutely. And then for $242,500, this is a lot of coach for the money.
It's a lot of coach. 3 air conditioners, I mean, bath and a half. You don't give up your fireplace. I have so many people that will knock out a coach for a fireplace. Well, you don't give up the fireplace in this one. It is fully featured.
Well, and even this mirror here with the borders, it's like a mirror that's a frame of a mirror. Really cool look there, and gives it a nice open feel here. And then coming to the middle of the coach, we've got a Whirlpool residential refrigerator. And then this is a bath and a half coach?
Bath and a half coach. Good size. Whenever you step in there, it is plenty of space to get around. I do love the system here. This one has an app that you can download on your phone to operate all of the systems, and you're not coming to a panel like this. You can just operate it from your phone. It is very nice.
It is nice, but I'm going to be honest, I don't like relying on these. If I just want to turn my lights on and off, some coaches out there, you have to go through a touch panel like this. This has just the normal light switches as well right here. If you just want to come and not have to mess around with a tablet, you can do that. And then there's a vent with a fan here in your kitchen as well. Simple button to turn that on and off there.
Absolutely, absolutely. As well as the pantry storage. You do have good pantry storage with this, which is an afterthought on a lot of motorhomes. They just put it where they can. This one, you have full drawer style shelves to really maximize the space.
Yeah, and with the latch that holds it into place. You know, I've been in some motorhomes where they didn't think to put that latch in there, and there is a cost to that.
You do have a full stackable washer and dryer in this one, as well as lots of cabinet and closet space on this wall.
There's actually a hidden compartment behind this TV with a safe hidden back there. Just a really cool feature. And then the king size bed as well. And it looks like a huge rear bathroom back there. What's all going on back there?
So you do have good space. It is a one-piece molded unit, which is really nice. It's not the cheap plastic that you feel like if you push against you're gonna fall through. It's a acrylic all-in-one unit, just like you would have in your house. Dual vanities
with a ton of countertop space back here, kind of across the whole back of the coach. And then we even have outlets that pop up. And I like how much floor space is in this rear bathroom. You've got a lot of room around your toilet back there, and a lot of storage back here as well. These are very deep medicine cabinets as well. I didn't even realize that right next to the shower here we have a really you know, kind of a narrow closet, but this could be long hanging if you have dresses or race car suits. Nice to have some long hanging in the coach. Well, I know we've got a bunch of other coaches to show the folks today, but 22 Thor Venetian for $242,500 with 13,000 miles on it. Now, can you guys help folks with financing or trade-ins?
Absolutely. We can do both, and as well as consignment. So we have all kinds of options for you. Our goal is to help you start off on the right foot, to get you in a coach that you really have confidence in and is really in the condition that you want to go experience this country, and it's wonderful.
Great opportunity for someone that, you know, wants to get a real nice tag axle diesel pusher with the 15,000 pound towing capacity, low miles, under $250,000. But you guys have a bunch of other cool coaches here, so let's see what else is going on.
Absolutely.
So